Congratulations and thank you for getting the One Day Diet game plan. So basically here I'm just going to show you how to fill out the game plan and how to use it to your benefit. Basically, as you already know, the One Day Diet is just taking your diet one day at a time. The word diet usually gets a bad rap. A diet is just the regimen that your daily eating routine. So this is basically the fundamentals that you need to follow every day. This should become a lifestyle. This is the foundation. You want to lose more weight, you have to step it up from here. But this should become your lifestyle. This is not something that you're going to have to do forever, because once you do this, I say take a 90-day challenge. Do it for 90 days. You will get to know your body inside and out. You will know how your metabolism works, and you'll know how to control it, and you'll be able to maintain, gain, or lose weight at will. The first thing that I recommend on your game plan is to stretch for at least 5 minutes every day. I usually do it in the morning. I stretch before I work out, but in the morning I get a good stretch. I stretch my legs, I stretch my back, I lay down on the floor, and just getting a good stretch, it increases the blood flow, and it reduces the chances, the risk of injury when you work out. You need to work out every day, at least 5 days a week for 30 minutes. You should work out at your target heart rate. You should alternate workouts. And again, there's a lot more to this, but this is the fundamentals. Do something for 30 minutes each day. Drink at least 64 ounces of water. Your body is made up of 75% water. We've all heard the stories. It is true that you should drink plenty of water. Water helps your body function properly. All your organs function properly. It helps you detox your body. You need to follow your menu, your calorie intake, and we're going to go over that in just a minute. But you need to know how many calories you're taking in each day. You have to. If you want to track this, if you've been having trouble losing weight, that's one of the things we have to track. We have to know to see where our problems are. Eat the equivalent of 5 fruits and vegetables each day. Getting proper nutrition is very important. It is a matter of calories in, calories out, but there are a difference in types of calories, obviously. You know, the amount of calories in an egg versus what's in a donut obviously makes a big difference. But in the beginning, we're worried more about the quantity of calories versus the quality. But if you're drinking shakes or smoothies or something like that, some type of supplement that gets you the proper nutrition you need to make sure your body functions properly, then all the better. That's what I do, because I like to cheat. I like my cheat days. I like to eat. I like to eat certain things, and it's doesn't always consist of fruit and vegetables, but my shakes make sure that I get the proper nutrition that I need. You need to get at least 6 to 8 hours of solid, uninterrupted sleep every night. For some of us, that's difficult. And I'm talking about uninterrupted, not getting up and going to the bathroom. I'm talking about good, solid, deep sleep. And you can get there if you're not getting it. And we'll find out. We'll go into more detail of some of the things you can do, some of the things that you might be suffering from. I used to get up. I used to have heartburn every night. I used to get up and go to the bathroom every night. I had stuffy nose every night, restless nights, tossing and turning. So all that you can overcome and get good. I used to weigh myself every night and every morning, and for 90 days, I tracked my calories in and the calories I burned pretty much by the same thing here. This has been refined somewhat. But I could see a direct correlation on the days with my sleep. If I slept more or if I slept less, I saw a direct correlation and an effect with my weight the next day or the next 2 days. So now we have to get a foundation, a benchmark of where we should be. Not where we think we should be. We're going to use some national standards to get our ideal goal weight, suggested calories, and our target heart rate and our recommended protein. This is the link for this information, and this is the link for this information. Be sure to join the Facebook group, because the game plan coupled with the daily accountability in the Facebook group and weekly coaching calls for checking and adjusting, and for some educational tips and motivation, these 3 things, I guarantee you results. So when you click on this first one, it will take us to WebMD. You put in your gender, your height, inches, your age, your weight. It's going to ask you for your waist in inches, and it's going to ask how many pounds you want to lose, maintain, gain. Obviously, it doesn't want. They don't recommend losing more than 2 pounds per week. I've actually got the game plan set up for 10 pounds a month, so that's 2.5 pounds a week, just so it comes out to an even 30 at 90 days. You may not need to lose that much, but we'll go over that in a minute. If you're going to work out at your target heart rate every day, I would put very active for this exercise here. Now, my BMI comes out to 31.2, which says I'm obese. Now, if you've seen my pictures, my before and after pictures, I've put on a little bit of weight, but I'm obviously not obese if you look at me, but I am overweight. I need to get back down to 200. As far as my shape, I'm in good shape as far as a physical, how I look. For my height and for my waist to height ratio. Now, for my weight, the recommended weight that they recommend is 136 to 184 pounds. Because I carry more muscle, I've worked out since I was 15 years old. My target is 195. I wouldn't recommend going over 10 or 15 pounds of what they recommend here. And again, that depends on how much muscle mass you have. So we're going to go back, and I'm going to put my ideal goal weight. I'm going to put what they recommend, though. Then we go back, and we see our calories. They recommend to be very active and to lose 2 pounds a week, and I should take in 2,370 calories. I want to do a little bit more than that, so I'm going to put 2,000 calories. And that's just in case I go over. That gives me a little leeway. Target heart rate. This is, if you're going to do high intensity, if you've heard of the orange theory, that's working out in the orange. That's where you burn your most calories. Do not go over. I recommend getting a heart rate. If you're really wanting to get this done and do it right, get a heart rate monitor and make sure you stay. There is a whole, if you get the book Younger Next Year, there's a whole bunch of formulas on how to do all this. But just basically, fundamentally, don't go over, stay in between your recommended heart rate, and that's where you'll burn the most calories. So just for our information, we're going to put this here so we know that was 136 to 148. Now for our protein, you click on here, and that will take us to this site. Put in your age, your height, gender, your frame size. I have a large frame. Submit. Again, put very, depends. This says dancing, heavy housework, very little sitting. I put very active. It says I should take in 120 grams of protein. So then we go back, put that in here. Now, if you haven't joined the Facebook group yet, you can click here to go join the Facebook group to get your daily accountability, and that's where we keep track of this every day. And that's where I can keep an eye on. If you're doing it and being honest, then come each week on the conference calls, on the coaching calls. I can see if you've been following this stuff, so we can see what your results are. Start date. Today's actually January 3rd. That's going to go, put your start date of the 4th. I put my actual weight right now. and it's going to automatically tabulate 10 pounds a month. So by the end of 90 days, I should lose 30 pounds and be 200 pounds. Now, you may not need to lose 30 pounds. This is just a guideline. It's just a game plan that we can check and adjust. But you've got to keep track. You know, some people say don't use the scale. If you got to lose 20 or more pounds, I'm telling you, the scale is your best friend. It doesn't lie. It will tell you exactly every day where you're at. And you know, once you get down to a certain point, if you've got, you know, there's some of us that need to lose more inches than weight, and that's something we can talk about on the conference, on the coaching calls. Then you want to watch your inches more than your weight. But in general, if you've got weight to lose, you get down to your target heart rate or target weight. If you've got 20 pounds or more to lose, you definitely use the scale. It's your best friend. Now, the daily menu, I've got it broken down into 8-hour segments because sometimes we have trouble just getting by one day. The whole idea of the one-day diet is to be successful one day at a time. Don't look at the 90 days. This is just for tracking. Look at each day. I want to be successful each day. I want to hit that target goal each day. Now, sometimes maybe we go out to breakfast with friends and we overdo it. We say, you know what, screw it, I'll start tomorrow. No. Then, you know, redo it, readjust your menu for the rest of the day. Cut back on the rest of these calories so you can hit your goal for that day. You know, put in different things. You don't have to eat the same thing for breakfast. What you do have to do is hit your target rate for your calories. If you go over your calories here, cut back on a snack. If you go under, you can eat another snack. You know, the whole goal is to be successful with your recommended calories for each day. Also, whatever you're doing, you know, put the protein next to it. Your snacks. Just know that you have to stay within the calories. You know, so if you've got to eat chips or crackers or a Snickers bar, watch the calories. Now, you can't do it every day, obviously. You know, you need to be cautious of what kind of snacks you have. But the main thing is watching the calories. So just start keeping an eye on that. After 90 days, I promise you, you'll know your body inside and out. You'll know more about the food that you're putting in your body. And you'll be able to adjust and gain weight, maintain weight, and lose weight at will because you'll know what's going on. Now, if, like, for example, I eat eggs. I eat boiled eggs. And, you know, I was like, okay, so how many calories is in a boiled egg? Well, if you click on this site right here, caloriecount.about.com, will take you to this site, which is my favorite site. This is, let's see, this is what it looks like up front. I typed in egg. It took me to this page, all different kinds of eggs. I clicked on the hard-boiled egg. And I look at the calories, and the protein is the main thing. 72 calories, 6.3 grams. Now, carbohydrates, don't focus so much on the carbs. Excuse me. If you get the right amount of protein within your calorie count for the day, the carbs aren't going to be that big of an issue. Your body needs carbs. Carbs are good. It depends on how much you're exercising, what kind of diet routine you want. Some people diet to gain weight, lose weight, whatever it may be. But yes, you want to cut back on the carbs, like bread, white rice, items like that. You want to cut back, but you don't want to cut them completely out. It's too difficult. It's not good on your body. So just keep that in mind. If you watch your calories and watch your protein, the rest of it's going to work out. And again, these are the fundamentals. So we gotta crawl before we walk before we run. This will give you an idea of what you need to do every day. It gives you the fundamentals. It gives you a plan. It lets you check and adjust. This coupled with the Facebook group and with the coaching calls, I guarantee you'll have results. And if there's problem areas that's keeping us from losing the weight we want, we'll be able to identify them. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the coaching calls. Until then.